Hey friends, today is day 6 in the 10-day journey of self-love and emotional healing. And today we are going to talk about loving ourselves first. And I just did a thing that gave me the opportunity to practice this aspect, this concept of I have to love myself first so that I model and establish the energy for the world to love me. And if I don't love myself first, it's going to be impossible, really, for me to feel loved and for others to give me the love that I would hope for. And you hear my dear little Roxie in the background. She's very unhappy because she has been put in her crate because she was barking out the window. And I thought that the crate would be a solution today. And clearly, we're going to have a singer in our midst today. And I apologize for that. She's so super cute, though, isn't she? So let that be our soundtrack for the day, and hopefully she'll calm down. Now, for instance, that right there, acknowledging the reality, this is where we are. And I could stop and do this all over again, but I don't have time for that today. And I'm going to trust that this situation is not a deal breaker. It may become one. But you see, that's the thing about that critical voice in our head that's like kind of annoying in the background. It's it's present. It wants to be heard. It's a distraction from loving ourselves, from living the life that we really want to live. And then the question is, am I going to allow myself to be taken out? Now, there are times when the little voice needs a little bit of attention. It can be redirected, it can be quieted. But those are those annoying messages that we get from the world around us and from within us that tell us we're not doing it right. We need to do something different. We're not lovable. We're doing it wrong. And how do we interact with that? And if we let it do its thing, will it calm down and be quiet? So I love you, Roxie, for helping me with my illustration today. Love yourself first. I can model for you how I love myself. You can model for the world around you how you love yourself. You accept yourself exactly the way you are. You acknowledge that you are not perfect. You know perfectly well there is stuff going on in the background, and you can either choose to have the imposter syndrome, which maybe, I totally get it. I've lived with that energy all my life. And the difference then is accepting that this is me being imperfectly perfect, perfectly imperfect, perfectly human, and it's not perfect. And, excuse me, Roxie, hush, hush. And so, hopefully now we can move on with an illustration that you've captured. If you're still here, God bless you. God bless you for hanging out with me. I'm going to take a sip of tea. Licorice tea. Um, we have to establish the baseline for how we treat ourselves. It's not realistic or fair to ourselves or anyone else to expect someone outside of us to treat us better than we treat ourselves. So for those of us who are looking for the world to treat us better, we can't change the whole world. But we can change this. We can change our energy. We can change our judgment of the world for not treating us better. We can get out of a victim mentality and instead get into a love mentality. Now, it usually, I don't know anybody who can just do a 180 and have it be like real. And see, I think that's the thing that I'm experiencing about imposter syndrome, which I have lived with so much of my life, like until recently, was because I was trying intellectually to understand and do the right thing, the thing that would get me the results that I wanted. I was intellectualizing it. I was thinking my way into it. I was willing my way into it. I was egoing and efforting my way towards the result that I wanted instead of becoming the energy of the result that I wanted. So I wanted my behavior to create the result and the energy. And I thought, because we think that that's how it works, and that's, oh, I'm going to step off into something here. That's a very masculine energy because it's like a forcing onto the world something, as opposed to the feminine energy, which creates from within. It accepts what's going on in the world, it accepts into itself, and it creates, and it nurtures, and it gives. So, yeah, between that little bitty thought and the noise outside, I got a little off track in my mind right now. So I'm going to cover for myself. I'm going to take another sip of tea and take a deep breath and get my mind back to center. They're all really good illustrations, though. Prioritizing our own well-being sounds so selfish, right? But again, the thing is, am I trying to manipulate the world around me, or am I literally and truly and completely creating my experience? Am I taking responsibility for everything that is possible to me to find my truth of who I am and let go of that which I am not? I am not Roxie's voice. Roxie's voice is not my voice. And I really hope my microphone can handle this chaos that's going on in the side. But that is not my voice. I have, as a dog owner, I actually have responsibility for that. And I'm trying to train her. And I apologize for exposing you to this. And that's my responsibility. And I may get to the end of this recording and say I have to trash the whole thing because it's no good because of all of this noise. And that's the chance that I'm taking. But in the meantime, I'm taking responsibility for this experience. And I'm accepting the experience as it is. She is really cute. Not only is her little crying really cute, but she's just precious as heck. I've never had a dog that was able to vocalize like that before. So precious. Prioritizing ourselves and caring for ourselves and taking responsibility for ourselves, releasing that which is not us, is so critical to the self-love journey. Because this is how we show up genuine and sincere. And that's the difference between imposter syndrome and just living it and really embodying and being who we say we are. Taking that responsibility, letting go of the voices, the experiences, letting go of the responsibility that is not ours, letting go of releasing ourselves from, I need to fix everything so that I can be accepted. If I just control everything enough, and I don't believe I can control everything enough, and I'm not controlling everything enough to be accepted, to be perceived as an authority, etc., 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 whatever those phrases are for you. When we let go of who we think we ought to be and embrace who we really are and take responsibility for that love and for loving ourselves first, imposter syndrome falls away. Wow. And looky there. That little voice may come back, but it is quiet now because I ignored it. I stayed focused on who I was being and who I want to be and who I am. That is that's like perfect. She just helped me so much, and I don't know at all if it's going to work, but I hope that it does. And I hope that you understand. I hope that you can take this meaning and apply this experience to your life, because that really is my goal and why I tell my story. It's not for me, but it's what I know, it's what I have. It's my human saying, hey, human, here's a human story. Can you see how it applies to you in your life? Can you find meaning in it? Can you find meaning in your own experiences? Can you see how you are being shown something more by that which is you, and it's beyond your human experience? It's your spirit experience. Your spirit nudging you, helping you to see, wanting you to understand things that you desire to understand, that you desire to see and hear and improve and have a different experience. Oh, my dear ones, if we take care of ourselves, we have more to give. The voice quiets down, and it's no longer the distraction that it was. And we have peace, and we have strength. We have access to the wholeness of ourselves without distraction. And we have more bounty. We have more in ourselves to give. What are the messages that you're used to hearing yourself say? That voice in your head, which actually isn't you, it's not the higher version of you, it's the learned and created and programmed version of you. What are the things that you're used to having to like power through or get distracted by and get drawn off track? What are the messages, and how can you express love to those beliefs and messages? Love from your higher perspective of, I accept that you exist. I have compassion that you are there. And I choose myself. I choose love. I choose to believe in myself and to become something new. Whew. Share your old messages that clamor, that scream for your attention. If you'd like, share that with the community. And I wish for you this day commitment to loving and accepting yourself exactly as you are, raising the bar, raising the standard for how much you accept yourself, even when you are not perfect by your standard, because I am a firm believer that perfection is just it's like it's a really unfortunate word. And I get it, but that's a story for another day. I love you, friend. I wish you all the best. I wish you a beautiful day. Namaste. Watch me fumble for the off button. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Bye.